Hello, my name is Beverly Ndefoyne, journalist and communication specialist, and this is Impact Voices.
Hi, my name is Ethiopis Tadesse, and as you can guess, I'm from Ethiopia. I am a 2022 Mandela Washington Fellow, taking the fellowship here in the United States at the University of Lincoln, Nebraska. But besides the fellowship, I am a communication consultant and specialist, and I am also a distinguished Toastmaster. When I think of the topic of impact, there is one thing that always comes to mind is doing what you can with what you have. And let me bring it back to my country context. And as you can see, I'm a youth. So an issue that always hits home for me are issues that youth face and that youth struggle with. And for many years now, starting from when I was a teenager, I've been engaging with many different young adults in volunteering activities, in the workplace, outside of the workplace. And there's always a recurring theme that I've noticed. And that's a recurring theme that's actually across that a lot of youth struggle with. And that's something that's keeping them from pursuing their dreams, from growing in their career, from getting the right job, from starting their entrepreneurial venture. And one common theme that I've noticed is lack of the proper skill. Now in Ethiopia, and I don't want to generalize too much, but I believe that our education system does not give us the appropriate practical skills that the world needs. So practical skills that we need to decide on the type of career that we want, to choose that career and to excel in it. To decide on, there's a problem in my community, I want to build a business to address that problem, but we don't have the necessary skills to go after that. You know, the skills I'm talking about and the skills that a lot of people don't give focus to are soft skills that actually have a higher impact in determining our workplace success as well as even our entrepreneurial success, more than technical and academic skills. So when I say soft skills, it's what I'm doing right now. Communication is a soft skill. Decision making is a soft skill. Critical thinking is a soft skill. Emotional intelligence is a soft skill. All of these skills are the skills that we were not given an opportunity to exercise in school. So when we make that school to work transition, we don't have the necessary skills and the ability to excel in what we want to do. And in noticing this problem, I consider myself to be very privileged in the fact that I think I built my communication skills quite early. Although I'm quite small, I speak loud. And for the longest time, I thought, nobody wanted to hear my story and I don't have the confidence that it takes to speak up. But when I overcame that fear and saw the impact of what it means to have the confidence to speak in front of people, to voice my ideas, I realized the kind of impact that it had on my life. And I saw my career journey just going, really well. And I wanted to pass it on. So another thing, when we talk about impact, it's also about recognizing things that are going well for yourself, recognizing things perhaps that you have excelled at, and then making it a point to pass it on to others. You have seen that maybe you are naturally good at something. And I believe when you're naturally good at something, you have a responsibility to help those around you who might not necessarily be good at that thing. So keeping that in mind, I have been training young adults. These are from like high school graduates all up until university graduates, and also people who have already started their careers, in building these essential soft skills in order for them to identify, to secure, and to excel in their careers. But also for those entrepreneurs who are also starting out, for them to have a proper entrepreneurial mindset, for them to build the businesses that they need, so that eventually the impact that they make also will feed into our country's problems, addressing the big issues in our country. So after this fellowship, and one thing that I've really received from this fellowship and from this experience is proper guidance as to how I can make soft skills resources as well as trainings available not only for youth or young adults in the capital city, Because one thing we always see is that opportunities and support are usually available to those perhaps who have internet access or who live in the capital city, but that does not necessarily mean that others don't need it. They might need it even more. So making the resources and support available not only for the youth in the capital city, but across Ethiopia. I hope to partner with educational institutes to make courses available within the education curriculum so that when students graduate, they have both the technical and academic skill and complementary emotional communication, critical thinking, decision-making skills. That blend is so wonderful, and that is what's going to equip them for, I don't want to say the fight that they're going to face, but for the journey that awaits them post-graduation. And I really hope, and that's my hope, and that's what I'm working on with my partners, and we hope to scale up to reach many youth. Personally, I've already trained hundreds of Ethiopians, not just in the capital city, but across Ethiopia. When I think about impact and the advice that I want to give primarily, and I know I'm biased, I'm always talking to youth and young adults, is that when you're thinking of impact, don't think too big. Sometimes, and I think that's one thing that discourages a lot of youth, is that we always think that perhaps I am not a leader, so I haven't started my own organization, so what advice would I have to give to somebody? Or I am not a president of this or a CEO of that, so what would I have to give as an advice to somebody? Do not underestimate what you can have to give to people.
Impact Voices, amplifying the stories of people effecting positive change around you.